And we're live. Hey, I would like to welcome Colleen. Say your last name so I don't screw it up.
Aerni.
Aerni.
Aerni, like Barney.
Oh, I keep wanting to say Aerni. Aerni.
No, it's
But
Aerni.
it's Aerni. Well, welcome, Colleen.
Thank
How
you
you
for
doing?
having me. I'm extremely honored to be here with you, Ken Walls.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, hop on. I met you for the very first time. I met you at the 10X Growth Conference, right?
Yes.
And we had, I'm going to kind of let's see if it's, we have 7 people watching right now, it says.
Good.
That's not very many out of 5,000 now, is it? If you're on here and anybody there's Andrea Price. How are you, Andrea? So please share this out. Share this out. So I'd like to. I wanted to talk about kind of some of the stuff that your experience, what you currently are doing, how how we met, how all that came about. Scott, how you doing? What's going on? There's Scott Compton. What's up, my brother? So, Colleen, why don't you, I'm going to kind of turn this over to you a little bit, let you talk about some of your experience in the business world, talk about what, what you currently do, and after 10X Growth Con, what your future's looking like. So go ahead. I'm going to turn it over to you.
So did you want me to tell them how we met or how I stalked you out?
You're welcome to share whatever you'd like. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Well, I was introduced to Grant Cardone last year. My background is I worked in large box, big box retail for 25 years as store manager and several other different roles in management. And in 2012, I lost my dad to a well-known disease called diabetes. Thousands of Americans and people all over the world are suffering with the disease. But anyway, my father lost my dad to diabetes, and he ended up having this massive ulcer on his foot, and the disease pretty much turned into septicemia in his body, and he ended up passing away from gangrene and just a horrible death. And so at that time, I decided that I was going to put all my passion into something that was going to help people in this world. And I quit my retail job and I got into the medical field. And I had a mentor that, thank you, Mark. I had a mentor that makes prosthetic devices and orthotics, and there's Adam.
Hey, Adam.
And so he kind of talked me into checking out the industry of, orthopedics, and that's where my entrepreneurial journey kind of started. I learned how to make all different types of orthotics, foot devices, prosthetic, AFOs is what they're called, Arizona braces. I mean, basically, I help people that have had injuries to their feet and their ankles. I help them live a pain-free life with my devices that I design. So
nice.
Nice. Anyway, I was turned on to Grant Cardone last year, and I 10X'd my sales business. I've never done outside sales. Like I said, I've always been in retail as a store manager, so more of a leadership kind of role. And when I started 10Xing my sales in medical devices, everything just went up from there. And since then, I've kind of put that, I mean, it's not really on the back burner because everybody needs sales. And that was one of my, big takeaway from the Growth Con is sales is everything in this world. But I'm right now working on designing and inventing an orthotic shoe that hopefully one day will be on millions of people all over the world and help them with their feet as well as be, something attractive to wear. I don't know if I feel like I'm all over the place, but so anyway, I tried to win a ticket through Matt Monero when he was giving away tickets on the 10X Growth Con. And you had to get outside of your comfort zone and do videos. And man, it's difficult if you're even this is difficult for me right now, but
it is. Come on.
Oh, a little bit. Randy, you need some shoes. I love it. So anyway, I submitted several videos, and I had so many haters hitting me up, man. Like friends of friends were like emailing, private messaging me and saying, what is your trip with this 10X Growth Con? Like, what is 10X? Like, what the heck is it? So I would send them like all these blips of, Grant and, things about his books and stuff like that. But,
people love hating, don't they?
Yeah. And it kind of discouraged me. So I stopped submitting videos. Right. And then I saw Brad Lee do a video, and he said,
Brad Lee, the real Brad
Lee. And in his video, he said, if there's any of you out there that can get me some good leads for Lightspeed, hit me up, send me an email.
Right.
So I know a lot of people in the, banking business and CEOs of companies, and I kind of went through my Rolodex, and I reached out to several people and said, hey, can I give your name and your email to this company to contact you, as a prospect? And of course they were all like, of course. And then the Shane train, he told me to reach out to Ken Walls, and he goes, oh, you need to talk to Ken Walls. So I said, okay. So I messaged you. And then that's when you and I jumped on the phone with my stockbroker, Steve Yellen.
Yeah.
And Steve actually does a lot with the NBA, and he knows like 10 or 15 NBA coaches that he goes and spends time with.
Yeah.
And the three of us kind of masterminded on a plan to get those coaches to use the virtual training for their players, which I think is a phenomenal idea.
Yeah.
So the coach doesn't have to be there right, in their face every day. They require them to do this virtual training every day, and then, question them later on it or whatever. But, and then you were so gracious and gave me the last ticket when
I'm sitting in Brad's office right now here at Lightspeed, but at that moment I was sitting in Brad's office, in his personal office, and honestly I didn't think the opportunity was going to come up, and Brad said something like hey, I don't even remember what it was, but he said like, I'm going to let Ken Walls, who's sitting right here with me right now, I'm going to let him pick the very last winner. And I was like, I just, you and I had several conversations. You've been trying like a crazy person to refer business to me, which is freaking awesome, by the way. I love referrals. And your stockbroker guy, Steve, like he was so, hey, there's Stephen Fout. How you doing, bro? He's a client of mine on Lightspeed. So like he really went to bat also. And I know that there's some cool stuff happening with those NCAA coaches, and just some really cool stuff. And I know that it will come. I know that what you've been working on, you're still working on, and these are ginormous deals, so they take a little bit of massaging and some time, and
Right.
So Colleen I picked her as the winner, and Brad gave me, it was Brad that did it, but he gave me, I was very, very grateful. I mean, so many people hitting me up asking me to pick them and at that exact moment, but I already knew. Hey, Jared, how are you, bro? So, you know, I picked Colleen, and then when I met Colleen and at the 10X Growth Con, she's a little bit of an emotional gal. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So she literally like teared up and was telling me how grateful she was, and they were tears of gratitude. She's just freaking awesome. And I remember the day that you had to leave the growth conference. She walked up, she saw me standing over, because I don't know if anybody knew this, but I saw that they were looking for some seats for people, and I'm like, I talked to one of Grant's gals and I said, hey, come here. And I said, are you looking for seats? And she goes, yeah. And I go, well, I'll get up. You can give them my seat. And she's like, no, stay there. And I said, no, I'll stand over by the wall. So the last day I was there, I stood by the wall so they could give somebody my seat. I didn't need to be sitting there. I could see everything standing up. But anyway, Colleen comes over, and she's I mean, I could tell it really impacted you, I think, being at the 10X Growth Conference, you know, as it did me and a lot of other people. But that's also something, I mean, you know, since you've been back, it's been what, 4 or 5 days now?
Yeah.
How's it impacted you? Did I make the right choice?
Oh my gosh, of course you did, yes. Well, I mean, you know as well as I'm about to launch my own business here in Austin. And so since I've been back, I've just been implementing what I've learned, like never stop. I'm following Brad's direction as far as like one of the big takeaways for me was doing the 90-day run, man. Put your head down and grind hard. And that's what, oh, there's Mindy. Hi, Mindy. And that's what I've been doing, just hitting up everybody that I know to promote my business. I probably have a network of about 23 doctors right now that I'm working with. And I don't want to expose too much about it because my website isn't up and running yet, but once it is, it's going to be huge. So I've just really been implementing some things that, you know, I've kind of put on the back burner, because I didn't really want to take the chance. And now I'm going for it 150%, man. I'm taking that chance. Otherwise I'll be working for somebody else who took the chance.
Right.
You know?
Right. Commit first and figure the rest out later. That's one of my favorite things about the whole 10X movement and Grant. And, you know, I've done that, you know, multiple times since being introduced to Grant, you know, 2 or 3 years ago. And sometimes you just got to jump. You know,
yeah.
I hear people say, that's dumb. Don't jump without a parachute or whatever. I don't know. I know that you only get one chance here, and I'm giving it everything I've got. So, and I love it when people just say, you know what? I am going to kick some ass. No matter what, I'm going to do it. So,
yeah.
You know, and you're one of those people. And I love that.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I am emotional, and there was Tim Grover. Oh my gosh, he is intense. But
Tim is something else, isn't he?
I took away so much from that as in regards to emotion. Like, you know, you've got to be so select and have the gift of discernment to judge people and who you can trust, especially in business.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one thing for sure I'm working on is no more emotion, like getting involved. It's like it's all about me and what I'm going to do.
I lost sound. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I lost my sound here on this end. I don't know what happened.
Oh, really?
Probably because I opened up Facebook on my phone. Whoops. Can you hear? You can still hear me?
Yeah, I do.
I can't hear you. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear? I don't know. Hold on a minute. I don't know what's going on. Can everybody hear me and Colleen?
I hear you, Ken.
Oh, I got it back now. I don't know what happened.
Okay,
Wow.
great.
That was wild. I could not hear anything you were saying. That was crazy. Anyway, so
anyway, back to the emotion. You know, I am an emotional person, and when I cried those tears of emotion, I do the same thing pretty much every day when I think about the people that I'm going to impact and the people's feet that I'm going to help. And, you know, feet aren't sexy, but they can be. But all I know is when your feet hurt, you hurt all over, you know. And you know that, right?
Yeah. So I wanted to share that. Like when I met Colleen, she says we started talking about I've got, you know, flat feet and all that, and she's like, I brought a box just for you. I want to make you some orthotics. And like, I'm like, really? And she's like, yes, but you have to come up to my room. I'm like, so we literally went up to her room. Everybody was joking like, oh, look at them. They're going up to her room for a quickie. Yes, it was a quick put my feet in this box so she could get a mold. It was crazy. But hey, you know, I'm looking forward to that because you're right. Like, it's not fun when your feet hurt. And, you know, I've dealt with that for a long, long time. So, you know, I'm excited about that. I've had people tell me, my sister's a nurse practitioner and she's said some things about you need to get orthotics and yeah, my feet were killing me. So, you know, I have genetically predisposition to have sore feet. I don't know, but I'm really looking forward. Foot fetish.
Maybe that's what I should be calling the foot fetish gal.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. So yeah, and you know, so I haven't talked to Colleen since we got back from the growth conference, and I called her today and I said, hey, I just want to check on you and see how you're doing and how your life's going since 10X and you know, are you 10Xing? Are you know, what's going on? And we talked for a while and I said, you know what? You need to get on Facebook Live and do some live streams and get out of obscurity and get known and you know, and by the way, if you're a friend of mine and you're not following Colleen or you're not friends with her on Facebook, send her a friend request, okay? Because she is awesome. There's somebody else that's awesome. Michelle Rutt is awesome. She's a new client of mine here at Lightspeed as well. I love that chick. She's awesome. So, you know, if you're not friends with Colleen, make sure you send her a friend request. She's amazing. Great person. Does Brad have a training?
Thank you.
Hey, Jared. Yeah, you can, I mean, he does, but it's very specific for something else. So, but anyway, so, you know, make sure you send Colleen a friend request. She's a great person. And I just wanted to show her how easy it is to get out of obscurity and just do, like, you know, I'll tell you, I mean, I switched. I was the antichrist towards Apple forever. Okay. I don't even know why, but like I was. And so all I had were Android phones. All my employees, I gave them all Android phones. And this one guy that worked for me, was an Apple fanboy, I'll call him. And he says to me, he used to come in and go, hey, your buddy Grant Cardone is on live on Periscope right now. And he'd hold up his iPhone and I'd go, dude, what are you doing, man? You know, it's because back then Periscope wasn't available on Android when it first came out. So I always missed all of those live streams. So finally I went and I switched everything over to Apple, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Because I went all in, you know, I'm like, I'm getting rid of all my Androids. I got all Apple computers, everything. And so like, you know, I mean, and I made that commitment and I started following Grant and I can remember I watched Grant multiple times on Periscope and I was literally afraid, terrified. Like, so I was nervous as a hooker in church, terrified. Okay. Like I was scared to death to do a live stream. And I can remember the first time I did a Periscope and I'm going to do a Periscope right now, as a matter of fact, just to show how easy it is to do, right? So live with Colleen, Aerni. I got it right. Yay. So I'm doing a Periscope right now, right? So I used to do like, I mean, the very first time, let me turn this around. The very first time that I did a Periscope, I remember turning that, there's Kim Buchanan. Look at all the people hopping on. Ali, what's going on? So the very first time, look, I want you guys to see something. We're doing a Facebook Live right now. I don't even know how many people are on Periscope, only a few. But you know, like, the very first time I fired up the camera on Periscope, I literally thought I was going to throw up. I mean, I did. Because you're like, well, what if I say the wrong thing? Or somebody's like, oh, Randy saw my first Periscope. Agatha, hey, there's Aggie. How are you? So there's Becky Farias. We, like, all of these people I've met on Periscope and on social media, and my network has just expanded so big. I mean, it's unbelievable. Ali, there you are, bro. Hey, man, I miss you, brother. So now I got Periscope running over here, Facebook Live over here with Be Live. I mean, it's crazy. So nice. You can do, hey, what's going on? Look, there's John. How you doing, brother? So, like, you know, you can blow up. But I remember, again, the first time I did it, I thought, oh, God, well, what if an ex-wife gets on there and you know, talks bad stuff about me or, you know, whatever. And then I'm like, you know what? I got to put those fears to rest and just, like, let it go. I mean, just let it go. And so I you know, and I get people that get on, especially on Periscope. Liz is on Periscope right now. Hey, Liz. So like, you know, like all of these fears, they're not real. They're just not real. And so what happens is we allow those fears, we allow them to freaking, like, control our destiny. We allow fear to stop us from taking these chances. The very first thing Brad Lee talked about was take a chance. The very first thing that he talked about is take a freaking chance. And what are we still doing? What are we doing? I mean, let's just tell them the truth. Can I tell them the truth about this interview? I have to. So I'm going to. Forgive me for it. Don't hate me. All right. So I told her, I'm going to interview. How far are you from home? She's like, 20 minutes. And I said, all right. She said, I'll text you when I get there. I said, all right, great. So I get a phone call. I get this phone call from her. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. This isn't a text, but whatever. I answer it. She goes, well, I got to go run out and see a patient or something, and I've been putting it off. And she was trying to get out of this interview. I know, but I get it. I get it. I totally get it. Trust me, I get it. But see, now you're on here, you're laughing, it's fun, right?
Oh yeah,
it's fun, and people will, like, you know, people get to. I've got 5,000 friends on Facebook. I've got 5,000 followers on Periscope, and you know they're not the same people. A lot of them are, but you know, I mean, people are going to get to know you now, right? You can't get known without taking a chance. And Grant Cardone says it, money follows attention. Money follows attention. So you got to just, and it's like Hank Norman said, you know, press the flip and record button. Just go live. Just do it. You know, stop letting fear control you. And I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to everybody. Like, you know, if you have any, I mean, I've done live streams like this where I literally had nothing to talk about. I just thought, you know what? I've got to freaking get out of obscurity. So I'm just going to get on and have people ask questions, you know, just ask me questions and, you know, hopefully it's nothing too bad that I can't handle. And if it's too bad and I can't handle, he showed his dog. Yeah, Ali over here on Periscope said, yeah, Ken was showing his dog all the time. Yeah, John over here he says, I feel like we're friends and we've never even met, you know, and we haven't. And that's the thing is like, you can get on Facebook Live, on Periscope, on, you know, this is Be Live where you can interview somebody else. And, you know, I mean, I don't need to be on with you to feel comfortable to do a live stream. I've done literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of live streams. There is a constant look at Kim Buchanan sitting there pumping out the hearts on Periscope for me. So I genuinely love social media. I love connecting with awesome people. And you've got to, there's Jeremy Warner just joined my Periscope over here. So, hey, Sandy Lewis. So see, you can literally, like this is all being tweeted out right now on Twitter as well because of Periscope and Facebook. And so like, that's how you get attention. And you're like, well, what if I don't have anything to say? Then just stare at the damn camera and people are going to say, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you talking? And that'll be enough to get you talking. So you know what I mean? You just got to do it. And as soon as you just say, I'm just going to do it. Look, there's Joe Nicolosi. How you doing, bro? Like, you know, just get out there. And look, there's Karen Berry laughing out loud. I love Karen. She is amazing. So, you know what? Hey, Ali, look, man, I got taffy. So, yeah, somebody told me to eat taffy. So you've got to just do it. You just got to do it. Now, see, I'm gonna put this taffy in my mouth so I won't be able to talk. And Colleen, you're gonna have to fill in for me since you're on here.
Oh my Lord!
Go ahead, Colleen. I can't talk. I'm gonna turn. But y'all know this taffy's gonna be the real deal here in a second. All right. Oh, we see your mirror. We saw your mirror behind you. Okay.
Oh, did you see my sticky nose?
Yeah. So, don't tell my wife I'm talking to some chick in her bedroom right now. So, Colleen, tell us what 10X GrowthCon has done for you. Ali, that is Colleen Aerni, A-E-R-N-I. Wow. Colleen is a beast. Jeremy Warner just said Colleen is a beast. So inspired by her story. Look, Colleen, I'm holding the Periscope. You're on Periscope and Facebook Live right now, being watched by about 10,000 people.
I love it. Yes, guys, 10X GrowthCon was the best experience I've ever been to. I've been in a couple different network marketing companies, and you know they do those awesome conferences too with some great leaders and mentors and speakers, but can't hold a flame to what I just experienced. And just the fact that I actually got to meet you, Ken Walls, Grant, man, I'm choking over here, Matt Monero. And, I mean, everybody's just so humbling. There's no, what's the word I'm looking for? They're just down to earth, normal people, and at the same time, I feel like I'm supported. I still do. Like the fact that you called me today, Ken, just made my day. I mean, I've got such a huge vision of helping people with their feet all over the world that the takeaways that I have from that concert that concert, that conference are going to move me all the way up.
All the way up.
Right?
That's right.
No fear. No fear.
Right.
Take a chance.
Right.
And the other huge takeaway was the non-refundable seconds. Don't waste any more of them on stupid shit.
That's right.
You know?
Hey, normally I don't allow swearing on my. I'm just kidding. I swear all the time.
Oh my goodness. That's right, Mindy, all the way up.
All the way up. Yep. So hey, I'm. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I'm turning.
So hey, if there's anybody out there on this stream that knows any shoe designers or knows anybody in the fabrication industry, as far as like what were we talking about earlier, Ken?
Hey, you were asking. Hey, there's Leilani. What's up, Leilani?
Hey.
So we're talking about one. Huh?
Injection molding.
Injection molding. Yeah, you were talking about that. So, you know, like I don't know anybody. I mean, my brother-in-law owns a plastic mold injection factory.
There you go, right there.
Yeah. So, but we'll talk about that. But the, you know, I know actually, and I mentioned a couple of people that I know in the shoe world, and I'm not going to mention their names right here on this live, but that may be able to give you some guidance or direction too. So, you know, but I do know this right now. You do orthotics. You have a partner in it, and you're looking to break free and do it on your own. But you know, at this moment, you have the ability to help anybody with sore feet, bad feet, whatever. I'm beyond excited about trying it out. But thank you guys. I appreciate all you guys on Periscope. If we're friends on Facebook, why don't you jump over on the Facebook Live so I can kill the Periscope feed? So thank you. I really appreciate it. Let's get you guys over on the Facebook Live and share it out. Share it out. Thank you for all the hearts. I need to keep doing more Periscope. I'm just shy of 2 million hearts on Periscope. I need more hearts. I need more hearts. Did we just become best friends? Come on, man. So, yeah, jump over on Facebook Live. I'm going to kill the Periscope feed. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. So, see, I only had 54 live viewers on Periscope. Now, that's the way live streaming works, though. I mean, just a few minutes ago, the Facebook feed said like 7 people or something, right? And then we have replay viewers. So if you're a replay viewer and you've made it this far, bless your little heart. So that you stuck with it, thank you. But I just wanted to jump on. I wanted to show Colleen how easy it is to get out of obscurity, get people to know who you are. If you don't get at least 10 to 20 friend requests in the next like couple of hours, I'll be surprised, but maybe not. Maybe everybody hates me and doesn't want my advice. But you know, look, if you want to get out of obscurity, you want to get known.
I will take your advice and I will do that, Ken.
Hit the button.
I guess I'll pick a different foot topic to talk about every day.
I mean, you don't have to have a topic. I mean, I do topics like on just whatever. I mean, you know, I think that, you know, obviously if you have important stuff, you told me something a little bit ago to do against the wall over there, right? That exercise or that stretch thing. I've never heard that before. That's good information. So you could do a live stream and show people how to do that. You know, set your I mean, I could literally walk over to that wall right now and do it. I'm not going to, but I'm just saying that you can. There's all kinds of stuff that, you know, that's what I love about social media is, you know, there are people that are. I mean, I think everybody has something of value to add to everyone else's life. And so if it's that stretching thing that's going to help me with the foot pain I have, or the, you know, whatever. I mean, and then you even explain the medical reasoning behind it. And I'm like, holy crap, I didn't know all that. So take pics of barbecue, and then a conversation starts. Exactly. Yeah, Carrie Ann saying, come on, man, go rock that wall. No,
yeah.
It ain't happening. So,
I love that, Kim. Thank you. Kim Buchanan said everyone has value. I love that.
Everyone. And, you know, if you can't be an expert in your space, be an expert at what you know. You know, maybe you sell orthotics, but you make the best damn creme brulee on the planet and nobody knows about it, right? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
That's what I love about Denise Dove. She cooks. She's a photographer. She gives tips on makeup. She is freaking awesome. She's
amazing. I love that woman. So, you know, everybody has value, and people are, you know, it's like Grant talks about, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Everybody's living in this fear of dying, even though they're promised the promised land. They're promised that they're going to go to heaven and all that, right? Just freaking do the work. Do it. Like, and then here's what's cool about doing live streams like this. It's not work. This isn't work. This is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. And if you may be able to say, what if there's, you know, you have 5,000 friends on Facebook and none of them know about how orthotics could change their freaking life? Whose fault is that? Right. So, or whatever it is, you know. So, you know, you got to be able to fire up the camera. You got to be able to turn it on and go live, not live in fear, not live in the fear of what if I say something wrong, you know, all of that. Who cares? Should I say things wrong all the time? All the time. It happens, you know.
Right.
You just got to, you know, forgive yourself and move on. I don't, you know, it's see, look, there's an order for you. Leilani. Yes. See? So listen, everybody get Colleen a bunch of friends on Facebook. Reach out to her if you need orthotics. She can help you. If you, whatever. I mean, see, Leilani needs what you have, like Carrie Ann just said. So you got to put your info out there. And it's like, okay, I'm a dude. I don't have to worry about makeup. Maybe I should worry about makeup. But I don't have to worry about makeup, and I could give two shits about, I mean, I guess I care about my hair, but, you know, I mean, you just do it. Throw a hat on and go out on a walk. Go on a walk and talk to the camera. Just, I mean, we all have seen, you know, who's the one guy that we all know that's really been good here lately at getting attention? Yeah, I need some lip gloss. Who is that? Shane Train, right?
Oh, yeah.
Shane Train goes out on walks and fires up his camera. He walks into car dealerships and fires up his camera. You know, look at that. There's Randy Hunt. My friend has a foot doctor in Utah, and you make it fun. I don't get on here looking for, oh, hey, if you need training in your company, call me. You know, look at, Grant Cardone. Like, you've got to do, why did you just put Grant Cardone? So you got to do the things that people aren't willing to do. You got to be willing that, and, or here's your other option. Your other option is, stay in obscurity, have nobody ever get to know you, and be average.
Oh, no. There's no way.
Or buy a TV station. Buy a TV station, right? So you can be on TV whenever you want. Or just learn how to freaking use social media in your phone. And then, you know, problem solved. Problem solved. You don't have to spend $100 million to buy a TV station. You don't have to do all that. Oh, I want to be in Deer Valley going live. Yeah, GC is a master of going live. He's the one that inspired me. And I started watching GC back when he first started going live, you know, and I mean, my God, he's he's blowing up. You know, he has blown up. So look, he is obviously he can be an example. Excuse me, he can be an example for everyone. But you know what? Colleen Aerni can be an example for everyone too. Now, I'm not saying go live every 5 minutes. I'm not saying that. I'm saying go live, at least go live and freaking, you know, get people to know who you are. For real. So that's it. I wanted to get on here, introduce Colleen to everybody, and make sure, never worry about being perfect. That's right. It's about being relatable. Kim Buchanan. That's so true. Carrie Ann, thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you everybody for listening. And Mindy, call me later.
And Mindy, it's been probably 2.5 years ago or so that Grant started going live, I believe. He would know that better than me. It's been 2 or 3 years ago because live streaming wasn't really an option. So, but you know, now it's all the time, and everybody, I mean, he gets on there and has hundreds and hundreds of people streaming through. By the end of one of his stream, tens of thousands of people have been on it, you know? So
yeah, and shared it out.
You can go live. That's right. You can go live at any time, and you may be able to positively impact one person that changes their life forever. Forever. So by not going live, by not getting out of obscurity, by not telling the world who you are and what you do, you're literally stealing from the world, and that's very selfish. Quit being selfish and go live. Seriously. Anyway, anybody have questions for Colleen? Or me? But ask Colleen. I'm interviewing her. I just want to see if you have any questions. Colleen, do you have anything you'd like to add before we end this?
No, just thank you guys for all hanging out, and thank you for sharing, and send me a friend request, and let me know if you know anybody that needs help. I also help a lot of people that have had surgeries that have gone wrong, foot surgeries, or have been in horrific car accidents that have bones that were crushed, or that are missing in their feet or their legs. So doctors love me because I make them look like heroes when I'm done with them. Sometimes people say, "Oh my God, it's a malpractice suit. He did this, and this to me," and then I'll come in and do something to their feet, and the pain's gone, and they're like I'm a superstar, and the doctor is too, because now they're not mad at the doctor anymore. So
yeah,
I have a gift for sure. I just got to get it out there in the world.
And where do you live? You live in Austin?
Yeah, I live in Austin, Texas.
Yeah. So, okay, there's an example. I saw somebody the other day, and I forget where it was. It was like I forget where it was, maybe in Montana or something. I saw somebody go live, and it was like they were outside and showing the showing thing. And I was like, oh my God, I've never seen that before. That's so beautiful. And I was like, I've never been to Austin, Texas. I have no idea what it looks like. So if you're live and you're showing people Austin, or you're in Alaska and you go live, or you're this dude here, Dean Davis, says, thanks for the tips. I was waiting for big events. He's auditioning for Shark Tank.
Oh my God.
Do it all the time. And wherever you live, I mean, there's a good chance that people haven't seen your area. There's a lot of people on Facebook that are friends, or on Periscope that are friends of yours that follow you, that haven't seen the city you live in. Leilani lives in LA. I've never been to LA, which is insane, but I haven't. So, show me around, for the love of God. Show me around. Randy Hunt, dude, I've known you for a long time, bro. Go live. Go live. I mean, look, you got to, if you're going to live in obscurity and fear of the camera and everything else, then quit talking about 10xing your damn goals, because you ain't 10xing anything if you're going to live in fear. You're paralyzed by fear.
Ouch.
You can't. I'm just saying. Hey, I told a story. This guy right here, you guys know that dude, right? So
Yeah.
that guy has a guy working in his office, Todd Straw, that called up and said he asked about a salesperson of mine. I said, oh, he's struggling, man. He's not doing well. And he's like, man, get him on the phone. I get this guy. We're on speakerphone. Todd says to the guy, hey, you wearing any of those Grant Cardone bracelets, you know, the 10X and all that? And dude's like, yeah, man, I'm wearing a 10X hat and I got my hustle muscle going on. Yeah, man, I'm fired up. Todd's like, how many calls you make today? He's like, oh, I made like 20. And Todd's like, dude, we have to make 150 a day here. He goes, take that shit off your wrist and off your head until you are actually a 10Xer, because right now all you're doing is fronting. And we don't want people who front wearing Grant's gear. So you cannot say like, you know, I'm a 10Xer and I'm 10Xing my goals and I'm da-da-da, but you're paralyzed in fear of what the world thinks. Who gives a shit what the world thinks? Go live. You might be able to help somebody. You might be able to help somebody. You may be able to get some orders for some orthotics. I don't know. I mean, I doubt if you're going to fly around the world to get a pair of orthotics on somebody, but I'm sure there's some ways you can do. You can make it happen. So look, just go do it. Just do it.
All right.
Don't
Let's
live
do
in
it, Randy.
That's right. Okay, listen, Colleen, thank you. I appreciate you jumping on. I know it took you out of way out of your comfort zone.
It was my honor.
Yeah. So I know you're working with Danelle Delgado, and I love Danelle, and I know a bunch of you on here are working with Danelle. So, you know, listen to what she's teaching you, because she definitely knows how to get attention too. She does, and she's a badass. I love that chick. So, you know, keep doing what you're doing, unless it's living in obscurity. Don't do that. Okay? All right.
All right.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you being on here, getting out of your comfort zone. Peace out. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you to all of you for being on here. Really appreciate you.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
All right. See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.